What's up, guys? Today I played Fire King Snake Eye Azamina at a Molt Charmy tournament, and I got first place. And I got 3 Charmies for it.
Let's go.
My end results was in Swiss I was 7, 1 loss, 1 tie. I lost to Pinot. If you know who he is, he's the GOAT. Otherwise, I went undefeated throughout Top Cut and won the tournament. This deck felt great. First, I want to do shout out Little Fat Tony Gaming on TCG. Shout out Salt and Friends on TCG. Shout out my team, Team Savages. A lot of us were showing out, and we almost all got top 8. It was pretty nice. Shout out Lyle Tough AF YouTube channel. Shout out all my friends, shout out my Discord, shout out Will for coming to the event. He gave me this Goldago Field Center. Shout out Brandon, he gave me the CR Hare and a Italian Secret Kagari for my birthday. My birthday's in a couple days. So I'll get on to the deck
shout out the Molt Charmy guy to give you 3 for free.
Shout out TGS, shout out TGS Tinley Park. Great venue, great staff, great tournament. Everything was awesome. I'll get to the deck profile now.
Yes, sir.
So for the Snake Eye engine, I played 3 Bonfire. This is part of the Snake Eye engine. It's mandatory. You want to see this. I played 1 of each. Name, Flambridge, Ash, Poplar, Oak. I wish I could play more of these, but I can't. Oak, I was debating back and forth on whether I need to play it or not. I eventually decided to play it. The chances of drawing it and bricking on it are low enough to where it's okay to draw it sometimes. It helps in the grind games a lot, and a lot of games are going to grind games, unfortunately, right now.
No Snake Eye Bellstar?
No Snake Eye Bellstar. You don't need that. I'm playing the Fire King version, so you don't play Snake Eye Bellstar or the field spell. It's just bricks. You don't need them. For my wanted, the Dark Witch engine, I have 3 wanted.
Okay.
I have 2 Witch instead of 3. I originally had 3 in my deck list, but I was seeing it too much. And the issue is when you open your hand and you have like Witch and wanted and then 3 other cards and you hand trap them once, it doesn't help. You want to see this. You want to see it, but you don't want to see it in multiples. So this cutting it helped a lot, I think. You can play 3/3 isn't wrong, but I would say 2. And then the 1-ofs for the engine, I played 1 Deception, 1 Original, and 1 the Hollowed Azamina. These are obvious 1-ofs. I don't need to explain these. This, some people play it at 2 and 3. You don't need it. The thing with the Fire King engine is you're winning grind games, and when you're winning grind games, if you top deck this off the top of your deck as a top deck, and your Azamina engine's already done or being used, it's a dead card. It's terrible in grind games. I would never play it more than 3. 2 is okay because you see it more, but I like 1. For my Fire King engine, I am going to be playing 3 of the best girl, Ulcanex. She is one of the best cards in the deck, best normal summon, plays through hand traps, summons the zombie vamp later, all that good stuff. Best card. 3 Karen, this is cross out. This is just cross out designator in a card. It's crazy. I've never was this a bad thing to see in hand, especially with Ulcanex. You play 3 and 3. I don't think 2 and 2 is correct. And then the 1-ofs, I play obviously 1 Garunix, 1 Old Garunix, mandatory brick for Ulcanex, 1 Arvada, 1 Ponix, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Island. I don't play Skyburn in the main or anything. Everything else is pretty standard. All of the Fire King engine felt really, really great today. I really love the Fire King deck. For like just kind of 1-ofs in the deck, I played 43, so I don't know why I have these in the deck, but I just do. Called by just to sack people if they try to Fua me. And then 1-for-1 is a good extender. I stole this idea from Lucas Sacco, so shout out Lucas Sacco really, but his idea was you play 2 Witches and a 1-for-1, and this is like your 3 copies of Witches, so it's kind of like a different extender. So it's like you open different cards to try and extend through hand traps or extend through breakers and stuff. So I really do like the 1-for-1. I think it's a pretty good card. You always side it out going second though.
Okay.
For hand traps, I played 3 Ash. You have to in this format with this running around. That's non-negotiable. Even if you're playing breakers, Ash is sometimes played. 3 Imperm because it's the 3rd best hand trap. And then I played the best hand trap, Fua, 3 of, and I won it at the first tournament. So I have 6 now, shout out. And then I played 3 Impulse, These are single-handedly the reason you play Fire Kings. If this card didn't exist, pure Snake Eyes with Kashtira would probably be better, but this card, or Fiendsmith would, this card single-handedly makes the Fire King version better. I would never play this deck without it. This is the craziest card in the game right now. It's Solemn Warning for free from hand. And then I couldn't tell you if you want a good explanation for these. I don't know. I played a Droll and a Veiler. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you why I played these. I just threw them in there at the last minute, and it felt good.
Should have been a second roll.
I think it helped. Being a slightly higher deck count helps. I don't want to be right at 40 or 41. It feels kind of rough, and it just helps your hand trap count. You could really put whatever you want in these slots, but I think these 12 are pretty non-negotiable. You could play Droll instead of Fua if you can't afford Droll. I mean, I can't afford Fua, or just win a Fua tournament, and then you could afford it. But otherwise, I would play Droll if not that. Everything in the main deck felt pretty solid. I might need to refine it a little bit more. The Droll and the Veiler are kind of weird. Get to the extra deck. I played one of the Omni Negate. This card's crazy. Using this card correctly is really difficult in this deck, and there's some really not intuitive lines that you use with this card to cycle this and cycle Wanted. So this card has a lot more depth than it looks like, but this card's crazy just for finishing out games and setting up a board. Anima, I play Anima because I play Dark. If I didn't play Anima, I wouldn't play Dark. If I didn't play Dark, I wouldn't play Anima. So this would be like Nightmare Phoenix or something else. But for now, it's Dark because taking Black Witch from an opponent is one of the best things in the game. If you are in a hand trap war and then you get 2 bodies on field and you get a level 1 fire, you go Anima, take Dark, Anima, Dark, take Witch full combo. It comes up a lot, so Dark's really necessary, and I wouldn't play it without Anima. Anima also just comes up to steal stuff and break boards. I do play Hida. Yeah, I don't need to explain that.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah. IPSP, we're in 2024, ladies and gentlemen. You know what this is.
You gotta play them.
Princess, I play 1 Princess. This is questionable. Some people play 2. 2 did come up a couple times today, but 2 only helps turn 3 to close out games, but sometimes the Fire King engine can just close out games anyway. You can play 2 if you want. I like 1, but I also don't own 2, so I've never tried it. And then I play the Raging Phoenix line. You kind of have to because it just helps close out games sooner. Games are hard to close out, especially in the mirror. I played 4 or 5 mirrors today, so in the Fire King mirror, you kind of need this to close out the game effectively. I do also play Ambler Will. This is part of your end board. If you know the combo, you know. The combo's sick. If you want, I can post a video on Lyle Tuff's video. If you guys ask for a combo video, I can kind of show some of the basic combos. But otherwise, you should know. The best link card in my extra deck, Sunlight Wolf. This came up a million times today to add back Ash. Whether I milled it off, whether I used it, or I milled it off Zombie Vampire. This just closed out so many games where they would Fua me, I'd Ash it, do full combo, Sunlight Wolf, add back Ash, you lose. It's over. Game's over. This card, also adding back here and also adding back Runix, playing around Soul Release. I played a Striker player today, and I had to play around. He had Soul Release in the side, and I had to play around it. So this came up. I would never cut this. Favorite card in the deck, honestly. Zombie Vampire, I really like this card. It screws you. It's a double-edged sword. It's what's behind the box. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's mid. It's usually really good. It's almost never bad. Hyang, you got to play it as a extra interruption. It's good. And then I chose to play Fucho because I really hate Tenpai, and when I lose to Tenpai, I get angry. So I don't like Tenpai. So this is for Tenpai. Because if you open Bonfire or Ulcanix, Ulcanix can destroy a fire, add Ponix. They're both Ponix effect to summon. They're both level 1. Make Fucho. Bonfire, search Ash, Poplar, Fucho. So you have multiple ways to it. I never used it today. I never played against Tenpai. I kind of dodged them for some reason. So
hey, a win's a win.
I'm prepared for their. You'll see in the side deck. I'm prepared for that freaking matchup though. For my side deck, I played 3 Retaliating Sea. I used it a couple times today. It felt really good every time it resolved. It's really only good against Snake Eyes Pure. It's whatever against Fire King. A lot of Fire King people are playing around it, whether they mean to or not, or they're not doing it on purpose, but they are playing around it. It's not as good against Fire King. 3 Maxi. I don't know. You just sided in. It's
Hand Maxi.
yeah,
Or
it's
someone
like
from Hand
whatever.
Maxi.
Yeah, it's
Good
whatever.
card.
In case I get Maxied going first, I got 3 thrusts. And the thrust targets are as follows. DDG for Snake Eyes and most decks that care about the graveyard. 2 barriers because, again,
We don't like Tempai.
I hate Tempai. I hate Tempai. If you play Tempai, yeah, I hate Tempai. A Harpies. So I actually, I don't have Skyburn. I forgot Skyburn. I don't know. I forgot it at home. I don't know. Whatever. Harpies. I put this in because I was playing it like locals and I had a really bad matchup against like back row decks. I realized like I couldn't really do much. I didn't have any side cards, so I decided to side in. I never sided this in today. It never came up. Talents is a one of. I usually just swap this for thrust. It was more of a surprise factor. I never drew it. This could be cut. And then a skill drain. I never sided. I sided it in, but I never saw it. It never came up. A lot of this is just Tempai hate. This never came up. You could cut these realistically. I think this part of the side deck's really good. This could argue, you could argue this or maybe cut it to do, but I would keep this mostly. This is kind of like whatever, Skyburn. I wish I played Skyburn.
All right.
Other than that, that is my deck profile. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, hit the comments. I'll check them out. And then if you guys want, I'll post a small combo video with some combos for the deck. But
We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Cody.